Ja, vi är hos Mercedes-token Shant som har CMS Motorsports i Los Angeles. Vi har fått se på hans kundbilar och lite av allt det mumsiga som han bygger på uppdrag. Idag ska vi gräva lite djupare i hans personliga samling. Shant har varit en Mercedes-älskare ända sedan han var liten. Och han växte upp på 80-talet och tog körkort då när de här riktigt fläskiga Mercerna var populära. Men de har inte varit populära sedan dess. Så han har byggt en samling som är, vågar säga, ganska så unik i världen om muskelmercer från 80-talet.
Okay, here's my old lug.
This is not an old lug, man. This is an artwork. This is unbelievable car.
Yeah, but I mean, you do it every day with cars.
I noticed you on the freeway on the 405.
Yeah, that's
and
how...
I was with my wife and I'm zipping in and through cars through traffic to catch up to you because when I saw the back, I'm like, there's something about this car that's totally different. And sure enough, when I pulled up, I mean, I saw your car, and it's crazy how you see your car, let's say in articles or on TV, and next thing you know, it's in front of you on the 405. It's like, what just happened here? You know?
What is? I mean, I thought it was a 560 SEL, but I don't. What about this badge? What is?
So this is a 1000 SEL.
Never heard of it.
So this car was bought brand new from Beverly Hills Mercedes. The original owners, they bought the car and they sent it right away over to Klaus at CEC. And at the time, Klaus was pretty much one of the only, if not the Lorenzer dealer in the 90s for LA. So they equipped the car with a full Lorenzer kit, which is rare. They're mainly AMG kits. And the owner specifically wanted the one-piece AMG aero wheels because that's the wheel he liked as opposed to the LO, you know, the Lorenzer wheels. Yeah. And they did the full suspension, the body kit. The interior remained stock because he wanted it comfortable. And then they added the curtains and they pretty much said, you know, we want to convert it over to a 1000.
It looks like it's brand new.
The car's completely original. It's never been restored. It's never been painted. It's as you see it. And it's not a low mileage car. The car has about 130,000 miles, but the owners kept it in the garage. So they had this car and they had a 450 SEL, a silver on black. I bought both of them because I looked at the condition. I'm like, there's no way that someone drove this car these many miles and kept it as fresh as it is, you know? So this is one of my personal cars, and I don't want to touch it. I just want to leave it as it is.
Okay,
you know?
So on that note, let's have a look at a couple of others of your personal cars.
Sure.
This one is just, it's amazing. I mean, it has the, did you put the body kit on it or
no,
the fenders?
This car was basically built as a Zender wide body. The convertible conversion was done by Richard Strawman, Coachworks. And I don't know exactly how many convertible Zenders they made, but I believe they said between 3 and 4 convertible versions. This is a fiberglass Zender kit. I bought the car from the Actors Collection, Ronald Lee Emery. This was his personal car, and he bought it from the original owner, which was based out of San Diego, California. So he's the one that actually made it a convertible conversion. He put the wide body kit on it. I put it on the air suspension and I put it on the wheels. We redid the complete interior and it's just a super wild, loud SEC. And it's a type of car where either you love it or you don't. But for me, I think it's like the epitome of 80s tuner when it comes to convertible SEC. I personally own close to 22 convertible SECs in all different variations. SGS, Richard Strawman, AMG, obviously Zender, and I'm in the process of building a Koenig convertible, which is going to be completely astronomically crazy when I'm done with it.
Well, well, you can tell that I'm envious of you.
Come take a look at the interior in this car too, and you could see pretty much the level of restoration that we do when it comes to the trim. The interior, the carpets, the door panels, the double stitching, everything. There's not a single piece of upholstery unturned.
And you have some sound going on here as well.
It's got a monster sound system. Sure.
When we're talking about 80s icons, I want to jump over. You have a beautiful E30.
This is the E30 M3. These are just some cars that we have stored here that are that are in production or waiting for parts.
But let's jump over, because we have a Miami car with an amazing dash fun story. This is the Miami car, right?
This is the Miami car.
It's very Miami. I mean,
so
it's white, but the interior is white. The wheel is white.
This is a white on white car. This is an actual SGS. It's a 600 SGS. This was actually a one-of-one build by Chris Hahn, and it was custom built for someone in a different type of business in Miami.
Well,
if you know what I mean.
If you watch Miami Vice, you can guess.
It was custom built, I believe, as a gift for Demi Moore at the time, which she rejected.
Oh,
and
so that entrepreneur in the not so legal business bought it for Demi Moore?
Something like that.
Okay.
That's the story. And it comes with a TV, a refrigerator. It's got the Recaro CSE seats with complete white. It's got extensive woodwork, probably every single panel, the door panel, the back of the seats, the trays. Based on what Chris Hahn told me, this had like the complete full package that they had to offer. The car's body kit and wheels and some engine enhancements was also done by Brabus. So the car also has the cams, the exhaust, built by Brabus, which they have a Brabus tag on. I'll show you. The car was found up north in a trailer park. It's got original 23,000 miles. Wow. So that's the Brabus Autosport tag, showing that they did all the enhancements. The car runs and drives. It needs quite a bit of work just to kind of bring it up to par. But this one we're trying to preserve. Believe it or not, it was covered under a canopy, but left out. So it didn't see much sun or oxidation, but obviously it needs pretty much everything to gone through. And this is truly going to be a special piece, you know, once I'm done with it.
And then another one of your SEC convertibles?
Yeah, so this is a SGS convertible. This was also purchased in the States. This is a 40,000 mile all original piece, which is an absolute mint condition for the year. The guy was a collector. It was kept indoors. It was maintained. I mean, you can see from the tag and everything, it's just in wonderful shape.
So I have to ask you, because I'm not familiar with SGS. Is that a company over here or in Germany?
So SGS is based out of Germany. They were a tuning company back in the late 70s and 80s, owned and operated by Chris Hahn. They're still active, and we do quite a bit of business with them. We actually, I met with Chris Hahn in France at Retro Automobile, and we made a good connection. So we work a lot together on a lot of the builds. He's still active. He's still building cars. And it's great to know that he's probably one of the last that's left as far as the 80s tuners that's still pretty much active. You know,
that's great.
I own quite a few SGS cars, and I've been collecting since, you know, since I was 16. So I've bought most of them when they weren't worth what they're worth today. You know, so
this one is really beautiful. I like the black top on white body as well. I mean,
it's a black top, white body. The car came as it is with the AMG wheels. So I'm planning to leave this alone. It needs minor stuff done to it over time, but for the most part, it's a pretty nice original piece. Okay. You know,
and
so
then
this is a 90 SEC. It's an original AMG car. This was owned by the football team, the Rams, I believe, when they're in St. Louis. So it was the owner of the team spec'd this car and bought it brand new. From what I heard, it was done in Westmont, Chicago. And it has basically the tri-wise as far as the engine enhancements, the body kit, suspension, and some interior pieces were wrapped in leather. So it was a real mild AMG build, meant to be driven.
And then you go out, I'm thinking about this beautiful red and gold trimmed car, talking about the 80s.
So this red and gold one, this was actually purchased from the Barry Taylor collection. So a lot of his cars went up for auction. And we actually bought 5 pieces from there. One I kept, which was this one. There was a white SL 500 AMG, which we kept. That got sent up to Tennessee. And two of the 190s and the 123 went to the Netherlands. And I bought this car because, number one, I'm an SEC connoisseur, and especially being convertible, I couldn't pass it up. So it's a different piece. I'm planning to keep it period correct, believe it or not. I'm not going to change it.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because I mean having this ruby red with the gold trim. It's taken straight out of a Miami Vice episode.
Exactly. When I first saw this car, it just put a smile on my face because it's such a time capsule. I mean, even if you look at like all of the stereo equipment in the back, it's like totally from the 80s. You know, so I don't know who owned it, but it must have been someone that was very loud, I guess, you know, in every way.
Okay, and then another SEC convertible.
So this is a Richard Strawman Coachworks. Again, this was also sent to AMG. This one was actually done by Beverly Hills Motoring Accessories in Beverly Hills. They had the account for AMG. And this was, again, it had the 3-piece OZs, the body kit, the suspension, Recaro seats, the full leather trim. And this was pretty much left as is. When we got the car, we went through it. Again, it's an unrestored piece, but very well preserved. I redid some of the interior bits. It's a fantastic car. It's like a California cruiser.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And
this one's locked. Yeah.
And then we have a 116. My viewers know that I had one, with a 280S with a turbo on it. But this is one of 3 that I own. I just recently purchased this one. It's a very rare combination. It's the green with the brown interior, and this one is getting a European upgrade. I already have the European bumpers, the lights, the staggered pentas, the full AMG kit. So I'm basically recreating an AMG with the original parts in this color combination. And what will you do with, does that go for the drivetrain as well, or will you? No, I'm going to leave the drivetrain alone. I just want something comfortable to drive to keep it, period. But the car it drives like heaven. That's why I don't want to really mess with it much. I have a 6.9 that I just purchased, silver on blue, 77. That one I'm going to have fun with. I want to build like something special with that car, you know. But then, I mean, you're a real crazy car nut, just like myself, because I mean, you have your business, you work with these fantastic cars, but you can't keep your hands off of buying more and more of them. You know, what are your plans with your collection? I mean, because it's amazing. Currently, I have about 110 cars in my personal collection. There's a bunch of, the problem is I collect cars that are special, at least to me, so it's hard to part with me with those cars. I'm not into buying and selling cars. I'm not a dealer, but if, you know, I do buy it, I enjoy it, I fix it for a while and I sell it, but there are certain cars that are staple in my collection. And unfortunately, like, you know, I have cars, I have like a 190 Schultz 201 chassis, which they chopped it, they made it a coupe and then a convertible. No. It's like a one-of-one with a wide body kit. I mean, how can you sell something like that? Even if someone offers you big money, you know, it's kind of like, I'm never going to be able to find another one. Maybe perhaps one day if I'm old and gray and I get sick of it, I'll see. You know, we'll see. But I'm so happy to be here. I have another question, and that is that I talk, people ask me, why didn't you go with a more modern drivetrain on my Mercedes? And then when I looked around, I mean, like, if you go up to the 6.3 newer cars, there's so much plastic in the engines and the construction. So I think, do you agree with me that there's sort of a line around the early 2000s? Yes. Where, you know, they changed everything too much. I mean, exactly. So what happens is it gets to a point where you kind of have to leave the car within its natural habitat. You know, like you can't incorporate too much plastic. You can't incorporate too much technology in the car. Like with the newer engines, with the twin turbos, the small displacements and the twin turbos, you're starting to get involved and you're starting to take the car out of its realm, you know. I like sticking to like the more basic setup, as long as it's a newer setup and it's a more reliable setup. That's kind of where the fine line is for me, you know. So what you've done with your car is almost perfect, to where it's got the newer technology, but it still has some of the older bones per se to basically keep it where it is. That's fantastic. This is another one. This is an ABC exclusive. Oh wow! That we found. We're doing a restoration on. I'll uncover the top so you can see it. And this is also another one of those wild cars where, you know, you either love it or you hate it. This one over here, we're preparing
We're gonna do something different on it with the wheel arches. And this is something that I'm gonna keep in the collection. I don't have any ABC cars. This is the only one that I own. And I'm gonna make my custom touches to it to make it just unbelievable, you know.